Okay, greetings. I'm here. Sorry, had to update some stuff real quick. And it's interesting. Will, I've never had anyone watching me on a flight. So thank you. You're the first. So I got my buddy Shaun. I told you guys I was printing these Meshtastic little covers for. And in doing so, he wanted some extra parts and I was running out of film material. So he sent me a roll of the Central 3D ABS Plus in yellow this time. So here's some in yellow. Haven't opened it yet. Look. Oh, that was a loud pop. But the Irish. Let's see here. By the way, Science Sniper, Havoc, and Will. Good to see you three. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Put that up on the counter there. We'll move this under the counter. And then this I got to get loaded in the printer and then send the files over for the version 22 of the enclosure he's looking for. It uses the same base plates. So I had printed two and I cleaned them all up for him already. So all he's going to have to do is just screw these things together. He'll be good to go. But we got to get this little nasty bit off the end here from being locked in the spool. There we go. Let me go get this loaded up. Is my camera following me? No, it's not. There we go. Make it follow me. This way it's not so bad. Viking, good to see you, brother. Shrimp Daddy, what's going on, brother? Give me a second here, gents. I got to get this thing loaded up. For those who haven't made it to the streams recently, you've been missing out on a couple of things. One of them being I made a poor financial decision. I did buy my own self with my own money in a, again, poor financial decision. I did buy a second one of these. I'm still waiting for shipping confirmation from Fabrico. Yes, I ordered it from Fabrico. Why did I order it from Fabrico, you may be asking? Not only because they sent me that one right there for free. Not only because I got that one for free from Fabrico. They did sponsor it. But also because for the low, low price of $339 shipped to my door, not $279 plus tax plus shipping being $350 plus dollars. So for $339, I got it shipped, getting it shipped. We'll just say getting it shipped. It's been a little while. I did email them asking if I could get an update as to when it might go out on a truck. Has been 5 days since I purchased it. Payments cleared my bank. Just patiently waiting to find out when it'll be on its way. So that's coming. Let's see here. Hold on. Good smell of the new filament roll. Yes, Will. Yes. Wait, 3D printing people make smart financial decisions? No, we don't really. That's a steal. I wish prices were the same in Canada. Again, Will, I agree. I mean, you are coming to South Bend. If there was only a way you were driving home, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know how long you're going to be there, but if you're going to be there for a little while and you were driving home, you could potentially try and convince them to overnight you one and pay the little extra and then just drive it home with you and not have to really worry. But, you know, I get it. Let's see. Do I see yellow sticking out of there? No, I don't. So let's retry. Let's make sure that it pushes the filament through. Okay. That's what I thought. It's not grabbing. It did not grab the filament. Oh, wait. No, it was starting to grab the filament there. I cut it at an angle like a dipshit. Guys, when you cut the filament for the Elegoo, make sure you don't cut it at an angle. Just cut it flat. Oddly enough, it doesn't really like it when you cut it at an angle, so you got to take the Bowden tube out, or Bowden tube, as some people call it. There we go. Oh. For some reason, it is moving backwards when I'm telling it to grab the filament. Let's see. There we go. Wait, Now it is again pushing the filament backwards. What is we doing here? What is we doing? Why is we moving backwards with the filament grabbage? I think it needs a reboot, guys. It's acting a little wonky. Let's just say it's complete. Now let's tell it to load again. Oh, it's because my dumb ass needs to take it all the way out, I think. Let's just see if I'm right. I'm having a bit of a conniption fit with this thing at the moment. Go figure. I go live. Normally I just push filament through, it loads it, and we're done. But tonight it's acting stupid. Go figure. Nope, there it goes again. All right. Well, when in doubt, reboot. I can't see you guys. I don't know what you're saying. You're probably talking about my posterior here. You come see what you guys are talking about. Let's see here. Looking forward to the day that you can make financial decisions like that again. I'm praying for you, brother. I'm praying for you. As soon as I can, I will help you in some way. Bear with me. However, guys, go check out Tinker Atlas if you're feeling generous. There's a donation link over on the side. Go over there, click the link, send him a couple bucks if you got it. Help him out. He's got a goal set. I think it was like $300 US. Go help him out. And then let's see here. Let me get caught up real quick. Hey, neighbor, what's going on, neighbor? You're right over there. Good to see you. That would be 3,000 miles from home. Will, I'm sorry, brother. Well, maybe if you get it across the border into Canada and then ship it to yourself and then fly home. I mean, could that be a thing? Could it be considered like oversized? Like, would it be cheaper to just do an oversized bag and have them? I don't know how well they'll treat it for you, but maybe that. I don't know. Havoc, you said you sending pictures. Hold on, what am I missing here? Hold on. We'll send you pictures of what color printed. Okay, give me just a second. You may have posted my link to the stream in the Discord and on your X account as well. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully, new people will come, hang out, find me entertaining, and want to sub to the channel. I lost 2 subs over the last like 2 months. You know, appreciate it. You're at $40 of the 300, so still 60 left to cover the servers. Yeah. All right, give me a second here, Havoc. I'm bringing it up. Oh, the yellow. Yeah, that's what it looks like on the the central. Yeah, it's a good looking color, man, that yellow. I'm going to be printing some Meshtastic parts. And I may print a set for me to put on my automobile and maybe have a Meshtastic note on top. Down Under Maker, good morning. Good to see you, man. Hey, yeah, I did see that the VDD or the VVD, the VVD is going to be $2.99 for the unheated version. Pre-sale is next week. Yeah, I did. Not going to lie, guys. Since you guys know I got the second one coming in, I plan to load Open Centauri, put a Micro Swiss, Flowtech hot end on it, which this is the other thing I was going to get to is I got Micro Swiss is sending me out one of their Flowtech kits for the Centauri. So I think depending on when things all get here, either the brand new one is going to, since I purchased it, that one will get the Flowtech hot end put on it and Open the Centauri installed. Otherwise, that one right there will get the Flowtech hot end and Open Centauri installed on it. And I did reach out to Big Tree Tech and let them know that if they'd like to partake in the Can We Beat Elegoo to getting it up and running on a Centauri game, that if they wanted to send me a unit, once I have the, the Centauris have a cutter built in. It's already got it. So all I'd have to do is just you know, figure out how to make the VVD talk to the Centauri, and then we're good to go. Then it'll just be some modified start scripts to purge filaments and things like that, which should all be pretty much a part of, you know, Clipper itself. So it should, you know, once it would be here, it would just be a matter of going. So fingers crossed, you know. You also heard something about jailbreaking the Centauri. Down Under Maker, yeah, that would be the Open Centauri project. So if you check out Open Centauri, I can get you some links here in a minute. Let me get this filament loaded real quick. Let me make sure it's going to work, since I now let it sit for so long that it cooled itself down too much. Extruder, load. All right, let's snip this flat real quick. Stick this back down in there. Let's see if I can get it to go real quick. There we go. Push it down into the hot end real fast. There we go. It's heating up the nozzle. I got the filament kind of pushed into the gear, so it should be good. A jailbreak hardware solution. Oh, jailbreak hardware solution for allowing like third-party AMS-like units. Is that what we're referring to down under? Projects in Dan's Garage. What's going on, good sir? How we doing, Pidge? Pidge. How are you, good sir? I got the, you can see the nice bright yellow right there over my head. I'm getting it loaded, and then I have to send a file to it. So once it's done here, I think I've already got it sliced. Yeah, it's already sliced and ready to go. This one has a giant antenna hole on it. You guys want to see what the file looks like? So it's going to be a 3-hour print with some supports turned on. Let me jump over here, go here. There you go. So this is the part. As I was explaining before, this is for my buddy Shaun. He lives down in the Florida area, and he's big into Meshtastic. And this would be your antenna hole right here. Vince, what's going on, good sir? Good to see you. Glad you're here, sir. But on the back side here, I printed in this orientation because every other orientation I printed it in, it just didn't seem to want to work. And when I printed it in this orientation, as you can see here in my hand, this is another one, but this has a smaller hole in it right there. Right there. You made it mad. Okay, so right here, there's a smaller antenna hole here for the smaller like N-type connector. And then there's the base for it. It's separate pieces, and it uses a TPU gasket. There's a little black TPU gasket in there. But this one here that I have up on the screen is the version 22 that has a larger antenna, so you can get a bigger antenna on there, get better coverage for your Meshtastic. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about Meshtastic, because I know enough to know what it is. Peer-to-peer private wireless connection that is a more of a public setting, unless you were to create your own private one. And basically each node that gets added to the Meshtastic can allow the Meshtastic to spread that much farther as they're farther and farther away, requiring less need for things like cell phones and Wi-Fi and things like that to at least be able to do basic communication. If you hop on a kind of a standard Meshtastic node, it's public. You send out, hey, what's going on? Everyone with a device connected to connected can see that. You can set up like private channels, or you can set it up so you have like your own private area there. But my understanding is, for the most part, everybody just creates one, puts it out there, and just sees who's talking, you know? So it's kind of like the old school chat room, but more privatized. Your friend does that. There is a node right by you. Nice, man. Well, he, as a thank you for all the parts I'm printing, sent me a roll of that, which I needed to finish printing the parts he wants. It's the Central 3D yellow ABS Plus. I kind of sent him the link, and it was the link to the yellow. He could have picked any color, but he just left it yellow and bought it, which is fine. Bright yellow, hit it with a rattle can of, or hit it with a little bit of sandpaper to rough it up, hit it with some primer, hit it with some black spray paint or whatever you want, or just leave it, you know, leave it like this one here. I printed in my ASA that I had, the deep purple, and then I had some of the Galaxy green left over from that guy, and I didn't want to wait for the yellow to come in, so I just printed this in ASA, and I just had a little bit where it ran out, so there's a little color change on one end. If he really wanted to leave that on top of his car and have a deep purple with a green side cap, he could do that. And this one is the central green ABS Plus, so he could just, you know, leave it like this, mount the solar panel. So since some of you guys weren't here the other stream, this is going to house the Meshtastic node in here. And then there's going to be an antenna sticking out of here. These two holes are spaced out perfectly for a solar panel. The solar panel will go through here. You have magnets on the bottom. And then on the other side of the solar panel, there are two matching holes to these. Then you've got these spacers you put in on the other end, and then you stick the screw through a magnet on the other end. And then you have 4 magnets, the 2 spacers, this piece all just sit right on top of the car. And then you have your antenna connected to the solar, or you have your unit connected to the solar panel, drawing power, and it powers your Meshtastic node, and you can drive around and then just kind of pick up off of all the other nodes around the area while you're driving and still receive messages and whatnot through Meshtastic. And as you travel farther away, as you're connected to a node over here, as you drive farther away, you're pushing that node farther out for others to kind of grab. So somebody, you may be, you know, halfway between a node and then somebody else who has a Meshtastic that doesn't have a node nearby, and then all of a sudden you're sitting in the middle, allows them to bridge into everyone else. Another cool thing you could do with that is these Meshtastic node, like these starter kits, like he sent me here, this little starter kit is like 35 bucks. So you get 35 bucks for the starter kit. If you have a way to power it anywhere, you could realistically get some NEMA boxes, or, you know, get yourself some of the cheap Harbor Freight, like hard plastic cases, weatherproof cases. Get some like small solar panels, or even some batteries or whatever. I believe on a battery these will last quite a while. I don't really know. Maybe I'll get a battery and a little solar panel. We'll play with it and find out. But then you can take these bad mamma jammas here and just kind of start plopping them around or connecting them to random poles, or leaving them on people's property. Be like, hey, this little box doesn't take up much space. It's nothing special, but you just conveniently happen to have property right in a prime location for this little Meshtastic thing. Do you mind if I just leave one around your property? And from time to time, I may periodically stop in to check on the equipment or update the equipment, or you know, do something, maybe drive out with another node, leave it there, take that node back home and do updates and things. So there you go. You have a node fixed to your home and one in the car. Yeah, Will, and what kind of, like, do you have one of these little, this is the rack wireless starter kit from Rockland. Do you have something similar to this? And what kind of range do you get with the little bitty, the little antenna that comes with it? Or do you have like a much larger antenna both at home and on your car? Like I said, I'm new to Meshtastic. I'm learning, and we can play and learn together, and I'll probably end up printing some kind of kit and putting it on my car to have it to play with. All right, there is now yellow sticking out of there. Click complete. Close the door. Put the glass back on. There we go. Can't wait for the second one to get here. I am like chomping at the bit. I'm not lying. I'm chomping at the bit, guys. I want more and more Centauri carbons. I said it once and I'll say it again before we get started with anything else. At the price you are paying for the Centauri carbon, promise of an AMS or no promise of an AMS, the machine alone is a badass machine for that price. And for that reason, I will still tell you to buy a Centauri carbon, because as a single color, like a single filament printer for $339, Core XY, fast, reliable, can print pretty much any material you want to print for the most part. I mean, if you're getting into engineering grade stuff, you're going to want a different printer anyway, and that's fine. But ABS, ASA, PETG, PLA, TPU, all materials I've printed on that printer, and it just chews it up, spits it out, and says, thank you. Let's move on to the next. So again, for $339 from Fabrico, if I had $339 in my account right now, I would go purchase another one live on stream. So if you're bored, you have $339 sitting in your account that you don't want, that you want to give to me, I'm going to use it to buy another one of those live on stream. So if you've got $339 sitting in your account, you're bored, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, one of them are down there. Feel free, put $339 in there, send it to me, and live on stream, I'll buy number 3. Maybe they'll ship out together, but then I'll get them both together, and then I'll have 3 of them. And you'll see 3 of them lined up back there. Because I'm not kidding, like, I do love that machine that much that I want multiples of that machine, because, again, for the price, I hate that it focuses right in on my face, and I got this stupid thing here. Nope, 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 don't you do that. Back up. Back up, you son of a bitch. Anyway. If it wasn't for your horse, you would have never spent a year in college. Yeah. But let me go ahead and send this real quick, guys. Give me just a second here. Upload and print. Do I have it set to... Yeah. I told it Polylight ASA. I don't know why I did that for the filament, but it should get plenty hot enough. We're going to find out here. I may have screwed that up. I said Polylight ASA. It's Central 3D Printing ABS. I think I might have just used the standard generic ABS settings when I sent that anyway. But it's going to heat up. It's going to, like, mesh the bed and then go from there. So we'll see. I can't remember what the ABS temps are, or ASA temps are. Let me go back and look at the filament real quick here. What's it got? A 260? Yeah, 260 is about where I printed at. 260, and then what are we getting on the build plate? 100. Yeah, it'll be fine. 260 and 100, that's perfect. It'll print just fine with that. I printed ABS on there at 90 on the build plate, and it stuck. So just keep that in mind. I do have the space heater going in here, so that's helping keep the office warm. Again, for those who missed it, I fixed the plug. It is a 20 amp breaker, 12 gauge wire, 20 amp plug, metal box mounted surface to the wall with a metal faceplate. So metal box, metal faceplate, 20 amp plug, 12 gauge wire to a 20 amp breaker, all proper to code. So no problem there, because it is a surface mount box. It is metal, not plastic. Should be good to go. So there we go. Check your Discord DMs, good sir. The most of the world metal wall aren't. Okay, let me see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, just messaging friends real quick. One of them is the guy that sent me all the stuff. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Sorry. There we go. So not really sure how to do anything with this Meshtastic stuff. So I think I'm going to have to like move some stuff, pull a camera down here, put it here, and like lay out parts. There's Shaun. What's going on, good sir? Hey, so yellow's loaded, printing the 22 parts, the V22 parts, and I have this cool little bubble wrap package here that you sent me. So again, thank you, good sir. We're going to move the camera down. I got a dock cam over here. I'm going to set down and I'll pop over it and show everybody the parts that come in the kit and kind of go from there. But hey, so what I wanted to talk to you about since you're watching the stream is, here's one. It's printed. This is ASA deep purple with some green on the end because I ran out of this too. But you can hit it with a little bit of sandpaper to rough it up, hit it with a Radican primer and some paint if you want, or if you like that crazy dark purple with the green stripe on the one side here, you can just, throw your parts in there, seal it up and run. There is the TPU gaskets in these two. They're not actually sealed shut. There is no screws in there. You'll have to provide your own screws, but you just give them a couple whacks, comes apart. Down under, I am, let's just say I'm putting on a good act for you guys tonight. Let's just say I'm putting on a good show. It's the whole point of streaming, right? Put on a good show. Good. All right. Well, Science Sniper, get some rest, feel better, make tomorrow a better day. But you can see the little black TPU gasket in there. And then, of course, you've got the base where you'll mount got the base to mount your board to right there. There's your 3 holes. And then I'm assuming if you wanted to put a battery in here and connect the solar, obviously the cable for the solar comes through here. You got enough space in there to drop a little battery in there as well. Shane, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I thanks to my buddy Shaun there in chat. Shaun M, that's my buddy. He you can dry fit what oh, it's the same rack. Okay, cool. Yeah, since it's the same board, I can kind of test fit it in here and we can play around and make sure it's going to fit for you. But yeah, Shane, since you're a little bit of a Meshtastic guy as well, you like to play around with different things. So my buddy Shaun sent me the files off Printables, said, hey, can you download these and print these for me? Can't sell them. Said, sure, why not? I got nothing better to do. He said, all right, I'm gonna, you need anything? I said, well, I'll probably need another roll of filament. So he got me a roll of Central to kind of replace the massive amount of green I printed, because you can see a big pile of it right here where I had a fail because I tried to orientate this like this on the build plate, figuring, it would be good and have some supports build up in here and it would print fine. And it ended up making a nice little ladder. It was like a stair step going up, not a ladder, but a stair step going up, because it kind of wobbled a little and then it just kind of came loose and made a nice little stair step going up. So I wasted a good chunk of it because I started it. It was printing good. I went to work. While at work, I figured I better log in and check on the print. Logged in, checked on the print, saw that I had a ladder going, hit cancel, and by then it was already about that far up the print with a nice little ladder. So what he's making is the low profile solar car case, both SMA and Type N. Yes. And then this part right here though, guys, obviously you close it all up, seal it up, stair Getty. Yep. Obviously your antenna can stick out right here. These 2 holes line up perfectly with the holes again on the solar panel. And then you would put those there. And then underneath here is room for, my guess is it was saying magnets, so you can stick it to the top of your car. But you can put some magnets here and here. These would lead up through the solar panel and then screw down to the car. Then on the other side, you would have the magnets, these spacers. There's 2 of them here, but you'd have 2 of these spacers, 2 magnets on the other side of the solar panel. And then you would just drop everything down and you run the wire for the solar panel in through right there. So you mount your solar panel, run your wire, you mount your solar panel, run your wire down inside the hole there, and then connect everything up. And then, like I said, on the other end, you'd have magnets, spacer, solar panel, tighten everything down, and you just right on top of the car and go. And then your Meshtastic node travels with you. So as you get farther away from the Meshtastic nodes that you are connected to towards an area where there is no Meshtastic node, you are slowly pushing that Meshtastic node out farther. So little silicone for some safety. In Florida, that rain is relentless sometimes. Yes, very correct, sir. Very correct. You'll wanna kind of play around and see what you need to do to make it better. By the way, Shaun, I should have had you take a trip over to Fabrico. I don't remember exactly where in Florida they're at right now. If anybody wants to Google it, I should have had you just run to Fabrico and pick up my Centauri Carbon for me, and then like you wouldn't have been able to do free shipping. So never mind. Because I bought another one of these from Fabrico. They're a Florida-based company. They sent me this one for free. Said, play around with it. Do what you want with it. It's yours. Have fun with it. Just tell people they can buy them from us. And I said, thank you. So they sent me that. I play around with it. I do stuff. And because I like it so much, I bought one from Fabrico as a, not just a thank you, but because for $339 shipped to my door, that's better than buying it from Elegoo's website, where you pay $229. You pay $229, plus then you got to pay taxes and shipping, and then it ends up being closer to $350. So for a little less, you know, a little more up front, but a little less in the final total, I get one shipped to my house. Granted, like I said, I've been waiting since the 5th for it to ship out, so I hope it comes soon. You'd deliver it, but it would cost me a 3D printer. So I'd have to buy 2, and then you'd come up and say, hey, got it. Pathetic Puma, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You got to find your Meshtastic nodes? Yes, yes you do. But yeah, so again, Shaun, you are more familiar with Meshtastic, way more familiar than I am. And for those of you in chat, I am correct, though, in what I said, right? As you're in a concentrated area where there are Meshtastic nodes, as you travel outside that Meshtastic node, still connecting to the node, you are just kind of helping to push that node out farther, because obviously radio waves are nice and circular. So as they're still connected here, they're pushing farther out here. John Strand, good to see you, my man. Hope you are doing well. I did see Stephen Poole in there too earlier. Stephen Poole, good to see you, man. Let me go to live chat here. TJ, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. It is nice to see a good turnout. I'm glad I'm streaming tonight. It is nice to see a good turnout. Like I said, if you're not subbed to the channel, I got to do the YouTuber thing. Give me a minute. If you're not subbed to the channel, please click that sub button down there. While you're here, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, give me a thumbs down. Interaction with the channel is good, bad, or indifferent. All interactions are good with the channel. So feel free to ask questions in chat, in the chat there. If you're interested in Meshtastic, again, my buddy Shaun, who's in chat, is good at it. Shane is good at it. And I know there's a couple other ones who were talking about it. You guys are all better at it than I am, so you can tell me what I'm doing wrong while I do the things I do. I'm more of a 3D printing guy, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Let's close. By the way, Shaun, good use of a filament box, brother. I flipped it inside out so there's no markings on it. I'm just going to tape this bad boy shut. I got bubble wrap in the house. I'll wrap all the printed parts up in some bubble wrap, slap the label on here, and this will be coming to your house once these parts are done. Hopefully, if I stream long enough tonight, one will get done. The second part will start. Like I said, there's 4 base plates in here. 2 of the top covers so far for the V21 parts. The V22 parts are starting now. So I'll wrap everything up with some bubble wrap, tape it shut, make sure everything is good and solid in there. And then I just got to get a label and get it on its way to you. So hopefully, I say this because I know how I am. Hopefully it goes out by the end of the week. Let me get some stuff out of the way here real quick. For anybody who missed it, there was a fire in my garage. That got a little cooked, a little sooty. But let me move some stuff out of the way here. Let's make some room so that we can work a little bit here. There's still soot all over. I'm still finding soot on stuff. Mr. C-Tunes, what's going on, man? Yeah, that's right. C-Tunes is down in Fort Myers, which again, for those who don't know, I have family that live in the Fort Myers, Cape Coral area. So I haven't been there since I was about 18, not 19. I think the last time I was down that way was like 19. So almost 30 years since I've been to Florida. Not saying I don't want to go to Florida again. I do. It's just, you know, lack of that. You know, lack of the funds. So if I can get some funds, I'll definitely make a road trip. We need to kind of just, well, here, we'll just take this down. I'm pretty sure I can, this is all small enough. I can get away with doing this kind of more like this. So we'll put this here. Let's move this back, bring this up more. And then I think I'm going to flip it this way because I think it'll be more of how I'm looking at it. Let me flip to the bench cam here. Bam. There we go. Yep, got it right. However, I am going to shrink my ginormous head here in this one. Let me see. Click on this. Let me make this guy smaller. There we go. That'll give more room for activities. See, activities. Pop by one day, 3D printer geek hangout. Yeah. Yeah, so Shaun, again, like I said, man, I've got friends all over the US and the world, honestly. Let me go back here for a minute. Like, thanks to doing this stupid shit here on YouTube where people say, hey, look at that jackass. Thanks to doing that, I've made a lot of friends all over, and there are friends in Florida that, again, I think you and Mr. C-Tunes should probably find a way to like link up, because then this way, if you need 3D printed parts and stuff like that a little quicker, you can always be like, hey brother, can you do this for me? I'll float you some cash. I'll throw you some filament, whatever the case may be. And he's right down there by you. John Strand is down there. Yep. John Strand is down there as well. So either one of those guys, you could probably hit him up. I think actually Stephen Poole, are you still here? And if you are you in Florida? I can't remember. You don't have to say if you're not comfortable. That's fine. But I have several friends that are in here. Some now that are near you that could definitely, instead of waiting for me, you could probably just be like, bribe them with some filament and be like, hey, can you print these files? Because, you know, my buddy Dan is too far away and I don't want to wait that long. And it might even be one of those like print the parts and then go buy them lunch, you know? Be like, hey, I'll meet you halfway. Let's get some lunch. You can talk Meshtastic. If they're interested, they'll talk back. If not, you can listen to them talk about 3D printing, and then you can take a trip to the home of Fabrico and buy yourself one of those. You won't be disappointed. As long as you're not looking for a multicolored unit right now. It may one day be, but it is currently not, but it is set up for it. And if I can convince Big Tree Tech to send me with their VVD, and when the other unit gets here, I'm going to install, it's called Open Centauri, which is full-blown clipper running on one of those, which would then allow me to unlock the unit and use it and potentially connect the Big Tree Tech VVD or the BQ Big Tree Tech VVD unit, which is the multicolor unit, to that. And then we could beat Elegoo to releasing it and getting it running on the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. So to all of you that would like to see that, hit up Big Tree Tech and tell them that they need to send me a VVD, because hopefully by the end of the week, I will have that and we can do that. And then if it works, I will have documented here how I did it and others can follow along. So yeah, Poole's near Tallahassee, but he's still in that Florida, like that little Florida area there. And by little, I mean massive, because Florida's bigger than some countries. Down Under Maker, I don't know. They are saying, you know, the release date's coming soon, but we'll see. Cali's about an 8-hour drive for you. Yeah, it might be a bit of a joyride, but it'd probably be faster if you need something. He could probably whip them out for you and ship them out to you faster than my slow lazy ass. But either way, pre-sale date is coming up. Yeah, on the 18th, I believe it is. let's see here. We are getting things in a preheated state. All right, let me come over here and sit down. I'm gonna flip-flop the old camera real quick. Let's go to this guy again. There we go. All right, let's get this out of here. And let's see what comes in the starter kit. So far you can see it's got the board with the rack chip on it. This one has the 4630. So this one is the rack 4630 chip. I know that does mean something. What exactly does it mean? I don't exactly know, but I will learn. Let's pull all this stuff out real quick, gently, so we don't hurt nothing. We have a USB cable in the box, so that's cool. It's a USB-C to USB-A. So there's a USB cable in the package. That's cool. You've got the washer and the nut, and then all the little screws. We have our antennas here. Let's pull our antennas out. We have our little connector here, our little, this is the N-type, right? I believe this is the little N-type connector. On the Wise Block 1907 board, which is a modular board that you can plug into some sensors, GPS, environments, etc. SMA. Okay, yeah, so this is the SMA. The N is larger. Okay, so yeah, this is the SMA connector that would then go up through, put the washer on there, put the nut on there, through. Let me get the 3D printed parts and let's see if it'll fit through the hole. Duh, Dan. That was something we just talked about. But we'll take this guy. Goes right through the hole. You could definitely put a little bit of silicone on the inside here when you push this up through, maybe. But yeah, so it fits right up through the hole. I do apologize. This camera is not as good as the other camera, but SMA IPX adapter replaces the flat antenna included. Okay, so if I use this one instead, otherwise I can use the flat cable and stick it inside an enclosed unit if I didn't want to go crazy and put an antenna on this. Got it. So you could use the one, there is another version of this enclosure that does not have the hole, so you could just stick the antenna inside here and just run it as a flat top unit. So here's this guy, and so that we don't damage the inside, I'm going to put the little rubber bit back over the top. But then here is the rack antenna. This is the little flat antenna you can just set inside the enclosure. And then here is the Bluetooth antenna. It doesn't even says right there. BLE, Bluetooth. Bluetooth low energy. Let's be correct. Bluetooth low energy. Top case without. Yes, yes. There's John again saying hi to the Viking. Okay, so here is the board. Again, you guys can't really see it, but it does say, let me see if I bring you in closer. I'll set this down so you guys can get a little better look on the board. Nice part about a dock cam is if I come down here and I hit the focus button, there you go. Look at that. Here, let me turn it the right way for you. There you go. So again, the rack 4060 chip mounted on there. You can see you've got your two connectors here. You got your Bluetooth connector and you've got your LoRa connector. So your LoRa radio connects on this one, Bluetooth connects on this one. And then again, things to remember, ground is on the outside, positive is on the inside. So when connecting batteries and such, remember that positive is on the inside, ground is on the outside. That is something that Shaun hammered into my head quite a bit. So when connecting a battery and whatnot, you've got solar connect on this side and you've got battery connect on this side. So this will actually do where you can connect your solar in here, and I'm assuming it has a small charge controller on here. So you could actually charge a battery off of this and then run off the battery when solar is not good. I speak from experience. You nuked a board. Yes. Okay, so yeah, you can plug the solar. I'm assuming the solar panel that comes with the that works with this has probably got a connector to connect here, or you can make one to connect there. And then again, plug your battery in here, tuck it all nice and neat away inside the enclosure on top of the car, seal it up well so it doesn't leak, and basically go. You've got your reset button here, and then we've got, like he was saying, there's some slots on here, some quick connects for, looks like this says IO slot. It looks to be IO. I could be wrong. Let me spin this back around this way so we can all read it together. But they got the WISE block. There we go. The WISE block can connect here. And then you've got slot A, slot B, and then there's actually some other stuff you can connect up. Stephen Poole, there you are. Hey, man. We were just asking, I was just asking, your general location is Florida, correct? And then if you want to be a little more specific, feel free. Because my buddy Shaun here is the one who sent me this guy, as well as the roll of Central PLA, or ABS Plus, because he wanted to see, one, I think he wanted me to have the ability to test the parts I'm printing for him. And two, I think he really wants me to get into playing around with this stuff. And the holes line up really good, sir. I don't know if you can really see that or not. Let me bring it back down a little closer. But I'll let it focus. And you can see right down inside there, the holes line up pretty damn good. I think you'll be able to get the screws in that lined up pretty good. But there it is, all set up. And then you would be able to put a battery over here, little double-sided tape, or even just set it in there. But you can put a battery on this side here and then connect that into your battery plug. Solar wire would run in through here and then connect in here. And then you just seal everything up, little silicone, and good to go. D. Frizzell, what is going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so this is the little rack wireless starter kit from Rockland. And again, my buddy Shaun sent me this. I think more or less, like I said, just as a reason for me to actually get into Meshtastic. So testing parts was good. Side effect, that's for you to explore mesh. See, right there, boom. So he's sending me this to learn and play around with Meshtastic and kind of have some fun with it. I do kind of like the idea of a mobile unit, so I'll have to look into getting me a similar setup. Why do I need Meshtastic? John Strand, why do you need it? You don't need it until you need it. Let's put it that way. Meshtastic is basically its own little peer-to-peer wireless messaging network. So if the cellular networks go down, if Wi-Fi goes down, as long as these Meshtastic nodes exist and they are close enough to touch to the next Meshtastic node, they carry that network out farther and farther. So the more of these little bitty devices like this little guy here, the more of these that exist in the world, the larger the Meshtastic network grows, the more ability for communication. Yeah, it's just another form of a communication method. So like you have your cell phone, there's a app you can download on your phone that will connect Bluetooth to the Meshtastic and allow you to send messaging back and forth. There we go. It's an independent on cellular or Wi-Fi. It's a method of communication. The higher you get, the larger the range. Yes. If all goes down, you get are going to get a cigar. Yeah. But yeah, Meshtastic is interesting, and now that I have this little kit, which, speaking of, I did snoop, Shaun, so thank you for spending 35 bucks on me, man. That was really sweet of you, man. Really, really. Especially since you spent another, like, you know, it was like 20 bucks shipped to the house, or no, it was like 30 bucks shipped to the house for the filament. So again, thank you for that as well. Again, guys, he sent me that stuff, just so we're clear, he sent me that stuff because he wanted to, not because it was part of an agreement or some form of payment. Because again, the parts I'm printing are not resellable parts. I'm printing the parts regardless. He just provided me more material to do so. And as a thank you, he sent me this. So it was a thank you, it's not payment. And just like a typical service worker, gratuities are welcome. You have the same board with a DB9 or a 9 dB antenna and a 300 milliamp hour battery, and it runs for weeks between charges. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, and this did come with this little baby guy right here. I forgot to mention this little antenna here. So you get this little baby guy here, you know. When the shit hits the fan, I'm not sure what, or I want to communicate with anyone. Yeah, John Strand, this is not something you have to do. This is just something if you wanted to do, you had a little bit of money in your pocket and you wanted to buy something silly to play around with. That's what this is for. I'm pretty sure if I enjoy this, I like this, and I have fun with it, I'm sure I'll set up like a Meshtastic node here at home. I'll see how high up I can get to get above as much stuff. And then once I can get up high enough, I'll probably see out at my in-laws' house. They live about 3 miles away from me, and they have a nice big open area surrounded by nothing but cornfields, bean fields, things like that. And they have a nice big TV antenna on the side of their home that goes way up in the air. They have a 2-story house, and the antenna goes up about the 2 stories. So probably a what, 30-foot antenna on the side of the house. I could always climb up there, and like I said earlier, solar panel, battery, and one of these units in a nice watertight box, mount it up high on their home there, and hopefully be able to reach and still talk, and then just, you know, be able to send silly little messages around and play and have some fun, you know. That'll be perfect. If you can get lows, even better. It operates at the 900 megahertz. Yeah. Just being a grumpy old man, don't mind me. John Strand, I wouldn't expect anything less, you know. Well, that's pretty nice for a solar node. Oh, yeah. Line of sight. Okay. Yeah, line of sight. Gotcha. If I can get line of sight, it's even better. You are correct. And if I can, that'll be awesome, but I don't think I can. I may have to put some kind of, get one of those nice little TV antennas, put it on the back of my garage here, and run it up as high as they'll let me in town. And if I can get it up there about, 40, 50 feet, that might be high enough. I don't know if I'll be able to get up there 40, 50 feet. I'll have to see what the codes in town are. The nice part is I can mount one of those lovely little stabilizing arms right to the side of the garage here, because, it's my garage. You have a few nodes, 400 to 600 feet in the air. Rumor is if someone drone drops a node on top of the water tower. Oh, rumor it has it that someone drone dropped a node on top of a water tower. Hey, if they can get up there, that's awesome, man. Just fly it above the water tower, and thankfully water towers are giant metal structures, and magnets tend to hold really well. So if somebody did, that's cool. But yeah, so I guess the first thing I need to do is grab my USB cable, plug this into my PC, and we need to flash the Meshtastic firmware to this. Now, Shaun, you should, if not, give me just a moment here. Let me fix something, because I don't know. I know life has kind of gotten in the way, and since I created this channel, you haven't come around, but you always have been, and you are now a moderator for the channel. So since you have been a friend of mine since the drivemeinsane.com days, back when Zach was, my middle son wasn't even born yet. Actually, I think it was what, 99. Yeah, it was like 99, I think. Maybe, well, let's see here. Yeah, it would have been 99, because it was right after Andrew was born. So it would have been 99-ish. So yeah, we're coming up, man. We're coming up on, holy shit. I mean, we're coming up on 30 years of knowing each other, brother. Yeah, that's like 30 years almost. 40 miles north of Tallahassee in Georgia. Stephen Poole? Okay. Yeah, he's 40 miles north in Georgia. Old man. LOL. Yeah. All right, so let me see if I've got a USB cable that can reach to that won't argue with my keyboard and mouse, because that seems to be the latest issue I've been having is I need to get some sort of a USB powered hub to get this thing to stop being a dick. Let me see here. Where's that cable at? Where is that cable at? There it is. Oh, yeah, we should be able to use this one. Let me plug this into here. And then plug this into here. And we have a red light. And it went doo-doo. Those are all good signs. We have a red light and a green light. The only problem we have is this cable is a bit firmer than the board is heavy. Trying to get the board to just lay down and stay down, but it wants to just flip over. Cables, gotta love them. Okay, well, let's see. I don't necessarily want to put my cell phone on the screen because I don't know what's going to come across. I'll get like half-naked pictures of Stephen Poole coming. There we go. Okay. John Strand, brother, you have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I hope everything goes well for you, good sir. Let me check something real quick. We have an error, and that's to be expected now. Go figure. Details, troubleshooting, heat bed, and wiring. Nope, I don't have to check the heat bed and wiring. I know it's fine. It's because I'm trying to heat it up, and it's too cold in here, and it takes too long to heat up. So it's too cool in here for the heat bed to get to 100 plus right now. So give me a minute. We'll get it there. We'll start by going to 90. We'll do a couple of heat soak cycles on the build plate or on the bed. Take it up to 90, let it cool down. Or 100 and we'll take it up to 90. We'll let it cool down. We'll take it up to 90, let it hold for a little while, and then we'll restart the print. So bear with me while that does that. Let's go find the Meshtastic info. Set that off to the side. Move this here. We'll minimize havoc. We'll speed up my preview window. And can't believe I've already been streaming for like an hour. All right. So let's see here. Go to, I think it's support. Go to the Rack Wireless and Wish Mesh. And then go to the Rack Wise Block Meshtastic Starter Kit and Mini Starter Kit support page. Okay. Flasher.meshtastic.org. You can actually type that in. So give me a second here, though. Let's go to flasher.meshtastic.org. There we go. Okay. Let me accept everything real quick here, and then let's just go ahead and jump to this screen here. And then we're going to go ahead and select our target device. And we again have the Wise block. This does say 4631. Is there a 4630, or does it really matter? $46.31. Okay. Grab the 4631. There is a beta firmware. Do I want to do a beta, or should I just stick with the alpha for now? That'll work. All right, D. Frizzell, thank you. I'll just probably just stick with the alpha for now, huh? Oh, stable beta? Okay. Stable or beta. So go with the, oh yeah, the unstable alphas. Sorry, my bad, I read that wrong. So stick with that and go with the latest and greatest revision, which is 2.6.1, or sorry, 2.6.11.60EC05E beta. All right. And then I'm assuming it's as simple as I just click flash. So I'll just click flash. And then it's going to give me in older firmware, I'll scroll down and we'll click on continue. this firmware version to trigger DFU mode manually by double clicking the reset button. So double click the reset button or ensure that the DFU mode device is mounted. I do see it. Yep, and don't have to. Okay, so we don't have to do the double click. Wait. Oh, don't have to enter DFU. Got it. I see it right here as D. So now all I have to do is download or copy the, oh, it's a UF2 file. Okay, so we'll download the UF2 file. It downloads directly to, well, it should download directly to my node, but I mean, like, I'm confused. Hold on. Yeah, because the D drive is not it. So click enter DFU. Oh, enter DFU mode. There we go. Tiny USB serial 3, I believe is what I'm looking for, correct? Says it failed to connect. Well, let's click here. Yes, connect. Let's see. All right. Okay, so the drive may have a different name connected to it. It did say it failed up here, though. It may already be in DFU. Okay. So there we go. Check File Explorer. Give me a second here. Let's see. Stream stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it is not showing up in my File Explorer. So you guys can see here, I've got my 4 hard drives on my PC and nothing more. So it could very well be too. This USB cable, I'm connected. Let me connect it directly to my PC. Let me take this little extension out of here real quick. I'm going to plug it directly in. This might screw up my keyboard and mouse for a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Connect it up directly. I'm just going to let it float in front of my face. You guys can't really see it now, but there we go. Radioactive, what's going on, brother? Let's go ahead and hit enter DFU mode again. There it is. It says it's paired already. Let's hit connect. And then now let me look at my File Explorer. Yeah, it still does not see a new device. Let me close it and reopen it. Yeah, it still is not seeing it in this PC. I don't have another device. Let me go to Device Manager real quick here, and let's just make sure that it's seeing it. Right click, Device Manager. Let me scroll down here. My DJI mic is not communicating properly. Network devices are not important at the moment. Other devices, Bluetooth, peripheral, USB. No. Let me move this over real quick. Here's my stuff. Hit the reset button twice and see what happens. Got it. Let's just hit it real quick. 1, 2. Da-ding, da-ding. Went away, came back. Universal serial. Well, check Explorer. Yep. There it is. It's G drive. All right, it's back. Okay, we just had to manually force it over. All right, we entered DFU mode. We have what we're supposed to be looking for. Click here. Scroll down. There's G. And then we just save this bad boy. Sweet, download the UF2 to your desktop. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we put it on there. It's just going to reboot right away. Yeah. It's going to get lost in my desktop, but that's okay. I know what I'm looking for. There we go. Then drag it over. Got it. Click here. Let's grab this. Make it nice and big so you guys can see everything. Let me minimize the stream for a moment. Grab the firmware, move it over here and drop it. Boom. Bring the stream back up so I can see you guys. Yep. Well, once it copies, it's still sitting at 0 complete. So hopefully it goes pretty quick after that. And of course you get the unexpected error copying the file. That's because it kind of kicked it out and it worked. All right. So now, correct, yes. So now that part is done. It is flashed. And I don't have the antennas connected, so it's not really doing anything. Now on your phone, Meshtastic app, connect to it. Yes, let me grab my phone here. Let me go download the Meshtastic app out of the store real quick. Will it transmit enough without the antennas being like a foot away? We do want to connect the antennas. The flat ones will be fine. Yes. So I should probably unplug it, connect the antennas, plug it back in, correct? I shouldn't probably try to do this while it's connected. Power it down and connect some antennas. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me grab the Meshtastic thing first so I can download and install that. Meshtastic. There we go. Install. And it is the legitimate Meshtastic app. It's got the little certification next to it, and it's all Meshtastic-y. We'll open it real quick here. I'll get started in a minute and play with the app. Bearded Printer, what's going on, brother? Give me a second. I'm going to come back to this camera because this is a good camera. Let me unplug the Meshtastic real quick. There we go. Again, thank you to my buddy Shaun. I got to say thank you about 1,000,000 times for you sending this over to me. It's the Wise block. I'm going to set it right here under this one, and I'll actually bring up the bench one. Flip Daddy! All right. So again, we have our rack LoRa antenna right here for 902 to 928 megahertz. We'll just slide this guy over the connector. Try to get it in a way that it will work. And then give it the old careful, scary, like line up and snap on. There it goes. And then we'll grab the Bluetooth. And same thing. We'll set the Bluetooth one over the Bluetooth. BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy, so that you can run it off of a battery for weeks at a time. As long as we don't break the antenna first. So let's make sure we set it over this properly. I'm going to turn this in a way that works best for me, so deal with it. There we go. They both snap down. I felt them. Everything feels good and connected. Now we have our Meshtastic antenna and our Bluetooth antenna connected. Now I got to go back to the USB over here. Actually, I could be able, this just needs power now. It's already got the firmware installed. So I could realistically just plug in any old USB to it and it should work. Yes. Give me a moment. I happen to have a USB wall wart here with a nice long USB-C cable on it. I'm going to plug this in right here. And then we're going to plug this in. We're going to plug this in right here. There we go. Powering on. We have the red light and we have the green light. Let's lift this cable up in such a way that it will leave the little radio right there in front of your faces. And bring this back down some so you guys can kind of see it. There it goes. All right. Actually, I should probably go back a little bit so you guys can kind of see the Meshtastic. But give me a second here. Configure notification permissions. Boom. Allow. All right. Incoming messages, nodes, and low battery. Next. Critical alerts. Next. Meshtastic nodes. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, configure location. There we go. We'll do while using the app. Might as well. Next. All right. And then now grant permissions for Bluetooth and allow. Hey, we're waiting. Let's see, Digital Dragon, what is going on, brother? I'm waiting. There we go. We have a Meshtastic node. Let me move the camera back up a little bit so you guys can kind of see the phone too. And let me refocus the camera. There we go. Let me move the Meshtastic up just a little bit here and move the phone in. You guys can kind of see that there. It says Meshtastic. Click on that. And then pair it. There was something in the packaging, I think default pin 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm assuming that's the default pin. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and pair. Let's see if that worked. Paired devices. I could be wrong, but I think, yep, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yep. Okay. So oh, there we go. All right. There we go. We are connected. It's showing that it's got 4.25 volts coming into it. There we go. Go into settings. Set your region. Okay, so go into settings. And then LoRa. Region, United States, preset, long range fast. Let me move this up so you guys can kind of see all of the screen. Long range fast is fine. Okay, anything else in here that you think I should do? Let me move your face out of the way. Add your face in there, bud. Let me get that out of the way. Save that handsome face for me. Hit save, disconnect, and reconnect. Okay, save. It says it's closing. So we'll let it close. Get a drink while we wait. Here, while it's doing that, let me jump back here for a minute. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Dan. You're just lurking on the channel. I do all kinds of weird stuff. 3D printing related, getting into Meshtastic, thanks to my friend Shaun in chat there. And also, just all around stupidity. 100, and we'll click OK. We'll just go straight to 100 and see if it'll hit 100 this time without arguing. A little chilly in here, so yeah. So what is Meshtastic being used for, Dan? It is used as another form of communication for when all things go down. The more Meshtastic nodes that exist in the world, the bigger the network can get, and the more people can talk. Kind of like old school chat room on its own, not necessarily private, but private-like network. Separate from cellular and Wi-Fi and all those things. All you need is a cellular device with the app on it that does not have to have any form of connectivity to anything. It's still sitting at 0%, Shaun. Is that a thing I need to worry about? And if he's not messaging, it's a node for the community. Yes. You can, however, add private channels that are encrypted. Yes, you can add encrypted private channels. It is still saying 0% and it just has close. Can I just hit close and it'll be okay, or does it have to send something? Close, reconnect, verify this set to US. Got it. Close. and then click here. All right, so I'm assuming I just close the app and then reconnect. So let's click here, close the app. Let's close all my apps. There we go. Let's go up and go down. Let's look for Meshtastic. There it is. Boom. Meshtastic. Connect. It says not connected. I'm trying to connect. Give me just a moment, guys. Remember, I make all the mistakes so you don't have to. Click here. Close that. Close all, close that. Click there. Scroll up. Meshtastic. Click on it. Scroll down. Is there a way to disconnect within here? It's still telling me that it's connected to it. Should I just restart the device? It's still saying 0 and close. It's not doing anything. So when you open the app, it should reconnect to the node. Yeah, it looks like it is, but it's still saying 0% and close are my options on the screen here. Can power cycle it. Okay. Disconnect. Reconnect. Let's close that. Let's go back here. Let's wait and see. Shouldn't take too long to boot up once it's done, right? Okay, let's see here. Click there. It's telling me not connected in the corner now, and it's just flickery flashing. And when I try to tap on it to connect to it, it is not wanting to do anything. I should be connecting through Bluetooth, so let me make sure, yeah, Bluetooth is enabled. Let's click here. Let's just tell Bluetooth to connect to it that way. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Watch, I already broke it. You watch. So just maybe taking its sweet old time and not wanting to cooperate. I may have to forcefully shut down the app on my phone too. Still saying not connected. All right, well, let's click here. Click on device. Yep, still giving me the 0%. So let's just go put the app to sleep. Let's force the app to shut down. Get rid of that. I kind of thought my assistant knew that we had to work tomorrow by the fact that I told him we had to work tomorrow and I'd see him on Tuesday. But apparently he did not know. Click here. Let's go to info. Force stop. Click OK. Force stopping the app. There we go. Let's go back into it. Let's grab it and put it up on the home screen, shall we? There we go. Go into Meshtastic again. And then now it just connected. Once I force closed the app and then reloaded it. So there's a lesson to be learned. If you happen to have this and you're having a problem, go in and force close the app and then reload it, and now we're connected. So let's go into settings real quick here. Let's go into LoRa, and now it read, still sees US, long, fast. There we go. Click here. And then I guess if I click this here, it would let me know if there were more clients in the area. And it does not look like there's anybody around me that's currently running a node. However, connect it to my car, go drive around, see what happens. Go into device. Okay, go into settings, go into device, and then it is a client. Broadcast mode, all. This is where you could always do a all skip decoding, local only, known only, none, and core portnum only. Okay. Role to client. Okay. Yep. Device role is client. So it should look around and connect to any other ones that are in the area. Move this up again a little bit and try and get that light off of there. It'll take a while to discover others around you. Okay. And then again, that's what this little guy down here is for. As more start to populate and show up, they'll be there. And then you can always generate or connect with a QR code. If you have one, you can scan a QR code to connect to somebody else's if they have a network set up. Give me a second. I don't necessarily know what the map is going to show, and not that you couldn't find me if you really wanted to look, but you know. RX is always stronger than TX, so sometimes you can hear but not speak. Yes. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Oh, it's saying I'm in the Gulf of New Guinea. Let me see. Yeah, it finds me in Illinois. Y'all know I'm in Illinois. And I have told you all that if you look south of 80 and west of 39, I'm in that general area there. So, but yeah, let's pop off the map now. Let's go back and let's just see. It's running. It's only got the little baby antenna on it. I didn't put the big one on there. So did I enable location? Yes, I did. When I was in it, I did enable location, which is weird that it didn't pick it up. But let me look at something real quick here. Actually, guys, just so you all know, Shaun's known me since I was a smoker in my 20s. And then I quit smoking. And then, you know, just ended up vaping many years later. Admin key, you can add an admin key in here. I'll have to do some more snooping into Meshtastic and find out about a lot of this stuff. But there's a direct message key. You've got a public one and a private one. Used to create a shared key with a remote device. Generate from your public key to send out to other nodes on the Meshtastic or on Meshtastic to allow them to communicate to a shared secret key. Cool. Sorry, I didn't show you guys the keys because no. Yeah, you quit smoking, I went to vaping, but I went to vaping when I was about 35. From 27 to 35, I didn't do anything, and then about 35-ish, I started vaping. Originally, I initially started vaping as CBD, no nic, and then accidentally got some nic one day, and, well, been vaping ever since. Which, oddly enough, nicotine has calmed me down quite a bit. So, there's that. But there you go, guys. There's still only my little client here floating around. But you can set up a device as other things too. So let me see here. If I go in here and I go into device, if I set this device up, say, as a, what are the options we have for device? You have client, client mute, a router, a tracker, a sensor. So like I can set it up as a sensor, connect GPS to this, and then use it as a way to kind of like track stuff using LoRa. You could have a little GPS sensor on there, or GPS and a temp sensor. That's what these little slot A, slot B, and this big guy right here are all for, is you can buy modules to snap onto this, and then you can grab that data, and then using in here, if you take, oh, my daughter left Casey's. You guys all know my daughter has now left Casey's. Let's see here. Hold on. You take that node, put it in some junk container, anything that it can fit the USB connector for power, and stick it in a small outside. You'll likely start seeing some nodes. Yeah, I could also print an enclosure for it, seal it up, plug in a USB, and stick it outside too. I could print like the case that you're printing. I could print another one of those and then put the antenna on it and then just stick it outside my house and see what happens. So there's that option too, good sir. There's that option as well. But anyway, let me come back here. Let's see if the printer actually heated up. It looks like it did. All right, let's go ahead and tell it to print that again because it did heat up. V22, print. We'll let it run through the cycle again. I'm looking kind of scruffy, guys. I need to trim up. Is it gonna find me? Are you gonna find me? I'm down here. Hi. Hi, little guy. There you are. I need to get a little scruffy here. Starting to get these wisps sticking out. So I have to trim this thing up a little bit, yeah. That Bluetooth antenna will be about 40-ish feet. That's not bad, man. I mean, I'm less than 40 feet to the outside of my garage. But still, it's pretty cool. And I mean, they're not bad. 35 bucks. It's a sweet little unit. David Wilson, what is going on, good sir? Everybody say hi to Woodwaker. How's Mr. Wilson doing this evening? We were just playing around with some Meshtastic. My buddy Shaun here in chat just sent me a rack wireless little starter kit. And we just got the firmware flashed over to it, got it set up, got it connected to the app on my phone. And around me, I live in hillbilly nowhere. So of course, Meshtastic is not as widely popular in this area. But at 35 bucks for the starter kit, you get pretty much everything you need right in the package, minus some kind of an enclosure. Realistically, I could even take like this thing here, seal it, shove it in here, and then just connect the USB through the side. And boom, I'd have an enclosure. You could be the first. I'm pretty sure I probably am the first. To be a smart ass, I'll probably take it tomorrow on my way to work and plug it in the car on my way to work and see if I find anything along the way. See if I can connect any nodes along the way. It's all cornfields and highways, so probably not going to find much. You see people use a box like this? Yeah. So like I said, this little guy here, it wouldn't take, too much, man. Just drop it in there, cut a little hole inside, or take a soldering iron and melt a little hole in the side. And then just connect the USB into it. Hell, a little double-sided tape. I could probably find some sort of weird little bracket to mount the board to and set it in there, You picked up nodes from planes flying over. USB bank, bam, there you go. Exactly. So I'll take a look around. I'll snoop and see what I can find for an enclosure for this. Something a little more portable that I can take it with me and play around with it. Because I think it'd be kind of cool to put this guy on there instead. And use the SMA connector. So I can put a little hole, have a little hole SMA connector, and then mount the board, and it has a nice little slot in the bottom for the USB to stick out of. And then there you go. Joe Bishop, holy shit, man, how you been? Good to see you, Joe. Timothy HWB. You've been wanting to get into Meshtastic too, but much like you, I'm a BFE, so don't think there's much. Yeah, you're out in BFE as well. But yeah, it's again, Timothy, it's not one of those things that I had the spare change for. I'm more of a 3D printing guy than a Meshtastic guy, but my buddy Shaun here in chat is more of a Meshtastic guy than a 3D printing guy. So it just kind of worked out where he was like, hey, your 3D printing skills can help me in my Meshtastic skills. So, or in my Meshtastic world. Could you print me some parts? And I said, sure. He sent me the link to the files he wanted. My camera is just assuming this is important and you need to be in my face. But he was like, hey, you print me some parts? I said, sure. So I print him some parts. I said, hey, I need some more material. He said, I got you. And he sent me this yellow roll of Central 3D printing ABS Plus. So I'm printing him some more parts because you can never have too many parts. And since he bought that, sent it to me, and then he also sent me this little guy as a thank you for what I'm doing, now I am getting into Meshtastic at least this far. I can't say that down the road I won't find some extra money and buy more of these and do more things with them, but it is cool. And the fact that this one comes with, again, you know, it's the rack wireless one that does come with the slot A, slot B, and the Wise Block slot, or the IO slot. You know, down the road I can add some solar, add a battery, and make it I don't need USB. It'll just work by itself. The Wise Block 19007. Yes, it's the James Bond. It's the 19 James Bond. The 19007. So, but let me back this guy out real quick. There you go. Quit getting on my face. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's do this real quick here. Let's load this up. The 19003 is the more compact board. Yeah, I'm actually going to go to Rockland, and then we'll go to the Meshtastic. Their Rockland Meshtastic he sent it to me from Rockland. I'm going to go here. I'm going to click here, and then if you click on up here at the top, you can go to the rack wireless, and then if you scroll across the top, you can go to kits, and then bam, you've got the here's the Meshtastic Starter Kit. This is a Wise Block Meshtastic Starter Kit for US. This is, I believe, pretty much what you sent me right here. Yeah. So this is the one this is the one he sent me. This one has the 430 megahertz or whatever it says there. But here in the US, you want the 900 megahertz so you don't get yourself in trouble. You can add GPS, battery, and OLED. Tripod, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. But in the kit, it comes with, this one is only showing 2 antennas, and it does show in here very, very much so that, again, negative is on the outside, positive is on the inside. And then when you connect the solar, it's the same thing. But this one, this may not be the exact one. There are, I guess, several kits. I could probably just go type it in, huh? But they have different stuff in here with many, many different options. Like here's a case that they have. But yeah. And if you shop Amazon, the kit on Amazon sold by Rockland. Yes. Kaz, good to see you, man. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. David Wilson with the 20. I just caught that. Thank you, brother. Thank you very, very much. I am greatly appreciative of that. But yeah, it's good to see Tripod in here as well. But yeah, guys, like I said, it was a fun little thing, and I figured I would stream playing around with it a little bit. I'm getting ready to print some parts, some more parts. Is it Wise or Wiz? I believe it is Wiz Block. It could be Wise Block. Good question. You call it Wiz? Like talking a wheeze. Yeah. Wiz Block, Wise Block, it's a block. I guess since there's no E in there, it would be a Wiz Block, huh? But yeah, and this is everything that I've got in this kit. The only difference is in the antennas here. There is one more antenna with the SMA connector. And then you've got mounting screws for stuff. And again, on the board, let me see here. Can I actually go bigger with the board? Yeah. You do actually have a solar plug right here on the board, so you can plug solar panels directly into this to power it, as well as the battery here. And then I believe in this circuitry here somewhere, there's a small little, like from the solar charge the battery kind of a thing. What I do want to kind of take a peek at though Yeah, this is not the same radio. Wait. Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, this is the radio that's on it. And then there's your antennas and mounting screws. There's again the check your polarity. Check the oscillator. You don't need to exceed power. Oh wait, yeah. You don't want to exceed the max power to the charging port. Yeah. I will look into that some more, good sir. But yeah, so here's where it's talking about the rack 4631 is a larger core board. Is the larger core board in the above image. The 4630 is a stamp solder onto it. Hence, a common misconception of receipt is that the 30 was delivered. Okay, well, yeah. Anyway, gang, yeah, there's that. What I wanted to look at, though, since I'm here, is let's look at batteries real quick. Because I know earlier somebody said something about the 300 or 3000 milliamp hour battery. Who was that? Are you still here? Who was it that mentioned the 3000 milliamp hour battery lasting a few weeks and it's like a $13 thing, you know? Rechargeable lithium polymer 11.1 watt hour battery with JST type pH 2.0 plug. So this guy will just plug directly into the board. And it looks like it's already got everything there. So it's just plug it in and then you're good to go. You got a massive LiPo on one solar node. Nice. Let's see here real quick. I am curious. That solar panel, again, Shaun, you are a mod, so you can send the link. Do you have the link to that solar panel from the thing? I'm just kind of curious as to what additional parts would be needed for me to make the same setup that you're looking to make here. Obviously, the 3D printed parts, I've got that part. A little 3000 milliamp hour battery that costs, because the difference between the 2000, this is an 1100, but then when you hover over it, it goes to 2000 milliamp hour. That's weird. Oh, because they've got 11, they've got an 1100, a 2000, and then the 3000 milliamp hour battery is 1397 for this guy. So you gotta, okay, yeah, let's click on this real quick here. Right click, copy current address, paste it in there and go. I should have hit paste and go, but I didn't. It brought up the chat. Whoops, hold on. Go to site. There we go. And then here is the solar panel that you're looking at that connects to the unit. Has a USB port on it. So obviously you would just, wait, you're sending a bunch of stuff. Go, let's take a look. Oh, there's the magnets. Okay, so here's the magnets you would need. 20, you only need 4 of them. But for 24 bucks, it wouldn't make sense not to get more because maybe you want to build more than one. And then what's this other part? Go. Oh, and then there's the battery. Okay. So you can get 2 of the batteries for $16.99 here. So you get 2 3000 milliamp hour batteries. You could link them together and get 6000 milliamps in that bad boy. Whew, not 6000 total, be 3000 milliamp hour, but 3000 milliamp hour would be 6000 milliamp hours at 3.7 volts. So you could just link them and there you go. Hey, whatever you want to do, brother, whatever you want to do, because I'll probably end up making a little kit, putting it on there and go. Could also just tech screw it to the vehicle too. Yeah, you could just screw it right in and say to hell with it. So it would be fun, you know. So it's going to be fun to play around with, man. So thank you very much for this. I'm going to play around with it. Like I said, if nothing else, for you know, right now, if I don't, however, that's going to take like 3 hours to print. So that'll be one part. It's already 7 o'clock my time. So by the time that thing starts, as long as it prints successfully like the other parts did, which it should, then we should be good. And I'll let that one print in the morning. I'll pop that one. I'll take that one off the build plate, start the other one when I go to work. And then when I come home, your parts should be done. Then I'll grab my bubble wrap, wrap everything up all nice and neat, make sure it's good to go. In the box for you, just so you know, I did include several extra. I did include several extras of the TPU gaskets here. I know you've got like the 2 more you may end up using, and you may not need them, but here are 3 extra TPU gaskets for the kit. So, but yeah, so you'll have extra gaskets to put in there if you need them. Like you rip one, tear one, or one just, you know, you're just not happy with the way one ended up fitting. So you've got 3 extras in here. But yeah, so the other 2 parts, as soon as they're done, I'll get them kind of dressed up. I'll get everything, because I'm probably going to send them as like this, and I'll just wrap this whole thing with some bubble wrap and some tape to keep it all wrapped up nice, shove them down in here. That way it comes to you all pretty much together. All you'll have to do is just pop the bottom off, mount your board, stick your batteries in there, stick your antenna through the hole, and then run your solar panel wire through, and then just mount your magnets and your solar panel, stick it on top of the car, and you're good to go, man. Take 2 of the spacers if you going to run the setup. Oh, dude, I can just print more. I am not worried. And like I told you, it's ABS, so you can rattle can it. I would scuff the surface a little bit with like a sandpaper, just give it a quick scuff, and then hit it with a primer, and then throw some paint on it. And if you want to go nuts and throw some clear coat on it too, just remember, plug your holes so that you're not filling your holes full of shit. But same thing on the inside here, just fill these with something so you don't, nothing else, just shove a couple screws through there just to hold it, you know. You'd rather smush it in the final close? That's fine. Yeah, I can take all the gaskets out. I'll just wrap them up in a, I'll just wrap them all up together in some bubble wrap, just to make sure that they're not floating around and get hooked on anything. They should stay nice and tidy in some bubble wrap together. But I'll get those other 2 parts done. We'll get this box loaded up, and then, like I said, hopefully by tomorrow they'll be done, and then hopefully by the end of the week I'll get them shipped out to you. And as much as you appreciate that, this is awesome. So thank you for sending me this, because it is something I've been very interested in playing around with and checking out. I just have not had the little bit of extra funds to make that happen. You know what I mean? Like, life is a thing that gets in the way. It has been sitting here running for a while. I don't see anything. I think tonight when I go in the house, I'll bring this with me. I'll plug it in and stick it up in the window in my bedroom and just see up, because my bedroom's 2nd floor. So I'll stick it up in the bedroom window and just see if there's anything kind of close that it picks up. I might even get crazy, and like I said, I might even just modify this a little bit, poke a little hole in here with the soldering iron, shove the other antenna on there and crank it down. And then I can just, you know, stick it up in the window. I'll put the little Bluetooth antenna, just leave it in here and just stick it up. So yeah, I might break out my soldering iron, punch a little hole in here big enough to fit the other connector through, the SMA connector, and then just set this thing up in my window in my bedroom and see if I pick anything up. Put the SMA connector on it now. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Let's just power it down real quick. There we go. And then let's see here. We want the rack antenna for the LoRa. Let's gently wiggle that loose. There we go. Stick the SMA connector over the hole. snapped into place, nice and sturdy. Pull this guy off. Grab that big old antenna. I'm probably going to end up not wrapping up the stream just yet anyway, because we're only at 1:50 minutes, and you guys know me. When I get focused, 1:50 minutes don't mean squat. I'm just going to put the antenna on it at the moment. And then we'll plug it back in and we'll see. I'll just hold the antenna in the air for a minute. It'll be fine. Actually, hold on a minute. What's up, Dale? How is Mac 3D doing? Let's take that gasket out of there. You did ask kindly for me not to put a gasket in there. I'm stealing the green one for a minute because it'll have enough weight to hold this. I don't have the other end or the other washer and screw to help bite it down, but it should stand upright enough. There we go. Let's plug this back in. Oops, knocked it over. Just stand up-ish. There we go. I'm borrowing one of your printed parts, sir, for a quick little test run. Set this back up-ish. Okay, there we go. Let's just see. There we go. It's reconnecting. There we go. We are connected. Let's go back to our little Meshtastic nodes. My daughter completed a 12-mile trip. If anybody wants to know, she is 12 miles away. my buddy Shaun sent me a picture of himself. He's looking just as scruffy as I am. All right, let's take this and move that out of the way. It is currently up and running. It is currently in client mode all by itself. So we'll just let it run for a little bit. We'll see what it's doing. You sorted the Pro out? Nice. Nice. I'm glad you got that sorted out, brother. Yep. So I'll have a small little wish list of parts. You know, one of them being, you know, a 2-pack of 3,000 milliamp hour batteries to power this thing, as well as, I guess Shaun said he's going to send me some magnets along. They're the rubber coated magnets that I can stick it on a car. And then I'll have a $12.99 solar panel. The only kicker is the solar panel actually has a USB port on the end, but I'm assuming, you know, because we're weird, we would just chop that off and put a very small JST connector on there. Looks like it's a 2, right? 0.2 or 2, like the 2 mil or whatever the hell it is, JST connector, or 2.5. But put one of those on there and just plug it directly into the board. Or could make a JST to USB pigtail and then just leave the USB portion of it hiding inside the box. Either way. The printer's making noise, making lots of noise. So hopefully that means it's going to start now. We did get it to preheat up to 100, and that's what it needs for the build plate because we're printing ABS. So post your wish list. Let's see what you need, dude. Can't promise nothing. Hey, not a problem, good sir. Let me add it. I actually do have a wish list currently. Give me a moment, since I'm not showing my personal Amazon stuffs. Give me just a second. Copy that, move it there, go here, go to Amazon over here, because I don't have Amazon logged in on my other. Paste this here. There it is. Click this, add to wish list. Bam, put it in my, nope, it didn't go to the right wish list. View wish list, move it to the right dadgum wish list. Move. Put it into Makermind Nexus wish list. Boom, it's moved. Okay. And then get the batteries now. Same thing. Okay, minimize that, paste it there, and then go find the batteries. I believe these were the ones. This should be the 2-pack for $16.99 for the Maker Focus ones. Yep, that's them. Yep, that's them. Making sure. I have a 55-gallon drum of lube. I should go add one just to be a smart ass and see if somebody really wanted to send me a 55-gallon drum of lube. What would I do with it? I don't exactly know. But if it was there, it was there. All right, now let's go to my wish list and I'll grab the link. I think I have it posted in my Linktree, but give me a second. I will share the link again. Here we go. Wish list. Control V. There it is. There's my wish list. There's some other stuff in there too, but only Dan's. Exactly, Michael Cassell. Only Dan's. I need to get my own council of Dan's. You know, like there's the Council of Andrews. I need a council of Dan's. I need more Dan-related individuals here. You know, first name, middle name, maybe a Daniels in the last name. Yep, I'm still currently the only one around me. That's okay. Not a big dadgum deal, you know? I think what I should do is maybe put a hole in the lid for the antenna to connect to. The cable's big enough, it wouldn't hurt anything, and then I could just set it this way down and then, you know, solder, like take the soldering iron, put a little hole in the side. How big is my soldering iron? Would it actually poke through all this? Uh-oh. It aired out again. Dadgummit. Stupid thing. Now it's being stubborn again. I heard it just shut down, so. All right. I don't know why it will heat to 100 and then it doesn't want to heat to 100 for the print, and then I have to reboot it and then I shut it down, turn it back on, and then it'll go for a while. I don't get it. I did just do the update too, though, so maybe it was something in the update. I don't know. But I know it gets there. We're gonna rehome everything. Once it reboots, I'm gonna rehome everything. But yeah, so there's the wish list. The solar panel and the batteries are in there. Shaun says he's gonna send me some magnets. He says, but I think honestly, I could probably go grab the magnets and put them in there too. Then he can save his magnets if it's in my wish list and somebody wanted to get them. What the hell? Okay, give me a second, guys. All right, and boom. Yeah, click there, there, and add to wish list. Boom. There we go. All right, wish list is full of everything. All the parts are in there. If anybody wants to hit the wish list, feel free to do so. Don't have to. Never required. But let's see real quick. Click here. Move. Home all. We'll let it home. We're going to get this thing to print. It's being a little wonky at the moment, but we're going to get this thing to print. I don't understand it, but that's okay. Havoc, what'd you miss? We got the Meshtastic set up, bud. It's currently sitting right here. And we have the software on the phone. I just don't have any Meshtastic nodes around me. So kind of living out here in BFE, middle of nowhere. There's nobody for me to connect to and chat with. Otherwise I could, play the game and have some chats. So, but yeah, I'm still currently the only one in my area that is now on playing around with Meshtastic. Hold tight. Okay, hey, not a problem, man. Do your thing. Damn it, I left my drill and all that stuff in the car because I could always just grab the drill and give it a quick poke a hole. Give me a second. I'm going to go grab the drill. We're going to drill a hole instead of melt a hole. I don't have to smell melting plastic. Let me lock that. Go back here. I'm going to mute myself for a minute, guys. Be right back. And I'm back. There we go. All right, yeah, grab the drill so we can drill a hole instead of melt a hole. Because we're going to use this little enclosure for now, this little box for now. Oh, it's a good thing. Good thing I brought that home with me one day. Something got shipped to me in it, and I forget what was in there, but I brought it home. I'm glad I did. Let's unscrew the antenna real quick. Gonna have to go through the list. Some items won't ship from your account in the UK. Hey, all good, brother. All good. I understand. You ain't got to send me nothing. Let's see. That one should be big enough. We're going to go one size larger just to be safe. There we go. My drill is definitely, a man's drill. Dirty, nasty, and rusty. Should I... Let's see. What do you think? Should we go through the top, through the lid, or should we go through the side? And then I think probably go through the top, because then when it's still sitting in there, I can still plug the USB into the side and not have to worry. So we're going to open it up, and I'm going to do something. Some of you might cringe a little, but I'm going to drill into my desktop. Let's see, if I put this in there, USB will come out one side. The antenna would be better on the other side. So we'll go more towards one side. And center-ish. There we go. Hole has been made. Let's make sure that's going to fit, though. Hey, perfect. All right. Now all we got to do is make a hole big enough to fit a USB cable through, or USB-C cable through. Yes. Let's see. We could drill a couple of holes, but probably be better just to drill one big massive hole, huh? Because it's not like this thing's a watertight. It's not going to be watertight. I'm not worried about that. I just want to be able to get a USB cable in there. Should probably look to make it as big as the actual, well, because once it's plugged in, there's enough gap there. All right. Let's just say the hell with it and go large. Let's see, is that bigger than the USB? Looks like it. All right, this will be the one. Don't judge me, people. Don't judge me. And I got to see roughly where it would kind of sit in here. Let's see. Oh, I guess I can put it smack dab in the center. It'll fit. Yeah. Stand it up on its side. Got to go at a little bit of an angle here, guys. Don't judge me. And if you are judging me, good. Oh, it crickle cracked. What are we making, red light? We're just drilling holes in a case. We're just drilling holes in a case, and I kind of cracked it a little bit, but it's not a permanent thing. It's just a temporary. I had it sitting on my desk. That probably was annoying. Sorry. It's just a little plastic case I had sitting on my desk that we're going to stick a Meshtastic node into. So let's unplug this now. Let's clear out all the nasty. Set this down like so. Oh, where is it? Grab our deburring tool. We'll give both the holes a quick little deburr. And let's get this stupid little piece of plastic that's stuck to it out of there. Stuck to it, like huck to it. Yeah, no, we're setting up a Meshtastic node. My buddy Shaun, who's in chat, kinda. He's currently on a phone call. He was into Meshtastic, asked me to print him some parts. My Centauri's being a little bit stubborn at the moment, but we'll get the parts printed. But he asked me to print him a Meshtastic node. I told him I can do that. So I'm printing him some parts for some Meshtastic stuff. Get that plugged back in there. Tuck this in here. Push this through here. Grab the washer. Grab the nut. Put the washer on. Put the nut on. Tighten it down. You don't have to go super crazy. Just good enough. Close it up. Stick the actual antenna on it. Oh, hold on. We didn't actually like tighten. There we go. Tighten the antenna down. There we go. Ta-da! Meshtastic node for Meshtastic node case for free 99. But there we go. And then we wait patiently for the node to come back online. There we go. We're connecting. And we are connected. Now let's go snooping. Yep, we are still the only node. We are still the only thing Meshtastic-y around us. We are the only Meshtastic-y thing in the vicinity. I live in BFE, guys. There's not going to be a bunch of us. Like a bunch of people with this. But for 35 bucks, if you want to get into it, you can get yourself the little starter kit here. Amazon's not playing nice. Dale, no, don't worry, brother. No worry. Like I said, thank you. The thought is there. It's all good. Thank you very much for at least thinking of me. Not super worried, my man. Not super worried. Let's click here. Actually, let's cancel what we're about to do. Let's go reslice that file since we still have it up. And we'll set the bed temp to 90 because I have printed this ABS at 90 on the build plate and it has printed just fine. So let's click here, change this, scroll down. It might have been Bamboo Labs PL or ABS that I used, or was it generic ABS? Okay, there we go. Click here. Ah, there it is. I already had one saved. Scroll down. We are using the textured PEI plate, 90 and 105. There we go. That's what we wanted to use. Okay. Yep, that's the one. Slice the plate, resend the file, cross our fingers and hope. You is just going to say Amazon is being dumb right now. Yeah, I don't doubt it. It is Amazon after all, guys. Print, upload, and this is 3 hours and 1 minute. So there we go. Reslicing and sending the part to the printer. So we'll get these printed for my good friend Shaun. This is what we were printing for him. These are for the Meshtastic node. Again, this is the outer shell, printed in the Central 3D ABS Plus, the hole for the SMA connector, the 2 holes that the solar panel would mount to or lay on right here. And then you run the cable in through this little notch here. And then there's the base plate, which is up here. And then you can mount your node, your Meshtastic, your node right here. Room for batteries to sit here. And then the other side for the cable to come in. There's a TPU gasket that I don't have in there right now, but then your USB cable from the solar comes in here. And then you connect it to the board, powers off USB, has a battery, can run off battery when solar isn't working, and you can continue to just pick up Meshtastic nodes while you're out driving around and have fun just kind of using the Meshtastic app and chatting with people that are not on a cellular network, just using the Meshtastic. Play around, talk to them, see things, help stretch a Meshtastic node, even if it's just for a few moments while you're passing from one area to another and there's no Meshtastic in that spot. But guys, I do thank you guys for at least thinking of me. You don't have to ever do anything. The wish list is out there. If you guys want to pick something up off the wish list, like a 5-pound bag of Swedish fish or some magnets or solar panel or some batteries or anything else that's on the wish list. I think I've got some Raspberry Pi 5 hats that I want to put on the Pi 5s that are up there, so that I have 3 Pi 5s if anybody's interested. I have 3 Pi 5s connected in my little lab racks back there. I want to get that guy set up with some PoE. I have a PoE switch in it. So I'd like to get some PoE hats, put them on there and be good to go, you know. He was going to say you'll try in the morning, but it's already 1:25. Brother, get some sleep, man. Get out of here. Go get some sleep. I'm going to sit out here for a little bit longer, make sure that that print starts. And as long as that print starts and I get a couple layers down and it's looking good, then this old man's going to probably wrap the stream. So we got a little bit longer here. We'll wait for that to get a couple layers down. If you guys are curious what I'm talking about, there. Oh, I think I see part of my problem right now. Oh no, the camera did not update. Let's get that camera to update real quick because it is all connected and working. So let's see why the CC camera, let's refresh. There we go. For some reason, the camera had hung up when it was, I was loading the filament back in. There we go. I thought for sure the filament was sticking out still. I'm like, wait a minute. I just turn around and look and no, everything's connected. And yellow filament did come out, so that shouldn't have been a problem. It will be interesting, you know, like I said, even if I just leave it in this for right now, this little case, and I plug it into, you know, the USB in the car, and as I'm driving around with it, just watching to see if nodes pop up when I travel. Not that I travel far and often, but it'd still be fun. And then again, with this board, it's cool because again, you can get modules to plug in. You got slot A, slot B, you can plug in some sensors to it, like a GPS sensor, and then you can send like GPS data, all kinds of other little things. All your friends are US and Canada. Yeah. Standard time for you. You're on the American times. It's all good, man. I understand that. Viking is the same way if he's still floating around. He's usually the same way. He sleeps daytime in Norway and spends all night up hanging out with all of us on the internet. Unless he's out with the, you know, doing his thing. But there, we're getting a bed mesh in, fingers crossed. By the way, in case anybody didn't know, you can get yourself a Centauri carbon at Fabrico. Not like the big logo up there in the corner doesn't give that away already, but, you know, They are $3.39 US stateside, shipped to your door, which is better than buying one and paying taxes and paying shipping and getting it for like $3.50 or $3.60. Saves a couple bucks and gets it straight to your door. So keep that in mind. I want to look at something here real quick. What'd you miss? Well, while you were gone, good sir, I got the printer camera up and running, but here you go. I drilled some holes real quick and mounted it up in the little clear plastic container here. So it's not stuck down mounted because I didn't want to do anything permanent, but I took a drill and drilled a hole in the top, drilled a hole in the side big enough to fit the USB through and plug it in. There we go. So like I said, the board is still floating around in there, but it's not like it's going to do too much. The USB does keep it from going all the way. The hole's not big enough for the cable to pop in, but it's big enough to, at least hold it for now. So there you go. So I'm going to probably take this thing in the house and plug it in and stick it in my window up on my second floor and see if there is actually anybody near me that is running a Meshtastic node. Probably not because, again, like I said, I'm in BFE. Ain't a whole lot going on, but at least like tomorrow on my way to work, I can plug it in and drive with it and have the Meshtastic software up and just see, if any nodes pop up along the way, and then I'll know roughly where they're at, the Centauri Carbon is the most excellent printer. You use it all, quick single color prints. Yeah, if not, a 915 antenna is pretty inexpensive and a good get you a better boost. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Like I said, I mean it's all just new and playing with it. So, but Joe, yes, I do love the Centauri Carbon so much. I do have a second one coming. I did purchase one from Fabrico myself with my own money. So even though Fabrico did send me this one, I did purchase one with my own money. So I do have one coming. I don't know when it's going to ship. I should probably go check and see if they updated the shipping to tell me that FedEx picked it up today or that it's on its way. I could probably, oh, my wife is calling. One moment, my turn. All right. Mama just sending me her go get me a fountain pop before you come upstairs. So when I wrap the stream, I gotta run down to the gas station real quick, grab Mama a fountain pop, come home, and then I get to go to bed. You're gonna wait on the CC now that you have the M5. Yeah, the Flash Forge, the Adventure is a good one too. And you have the Pro, so you already have the enclosed variant, which is nice. So, you know, it's very much an equivalent. It's a little more price wise for that than the CC, but still, Centauri carbons are nice. And for the price, if you can get one, I mean, you've already got the Adventure, so don't worry about it. You know, you got the 5M. Still another good solid printer. There's a guy on Marketplace near me selling 2 of them for $280 or $480. Sorry, 480. But he's selling 2 of them for $480, and I was like, oh, if I had the money, I'd buy 2 Adventurers. I'd keep one here and take one to work with me, and have one in my as my office printer for work. But the Centauri carbons are nice, and like I said, for that price, it's hard to argue with them. But you know, what did I say? Oh, I was going to check the status real quick here. Let me look at the status real quick of this and see if they even have shipped out yet today. Tracking number for FedEx. And still have not been picked up. Pembroke Pines. So, Shaun, if you're around, Fabrico is in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Just the 80M, or just the 5Ms, not the Pros. But you have 2 of the 5s and the Pro. Nice. Yeah, that's Miami. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I remember they're a little north, right? Pembroke is a little north of Miami, I believe. Miami's an hour away from Miami. Tulsa, yeah, it is. That is kind of the downfall. Is the shipping out of there is a little slow. But again, I mean, if not waiting is your thing, then you can always do straight from Elegoo. I hear there's some in the stateside warehouses, so you usually get them in a couple of days. But yeah, no, still saying it has not been shipped yet. But for all I know, that could be saying that until it gets to the door. You know, I mean, there are times when that has happened, where FedEx didn't update and it just showed up, and then FedEx says delivered, and you go from not having it to having it. So, but yeah, so this has been fun. I definitely, you know, if I you know, acquire some more funds, I wouldn't mind picking up, you know, a couple of these and doing kind of like you did, Shaun, or like you want to do, and put, you know, one on the car, have one at the house, and let them just kind of do their thing, you know. And planes are grounded. Yeah. Coming out of Florida is going to take a little while. It'll be a couple days in travel. I don't think they're going to be shipping that through air freight anyway. All right. I got to go back to Slicer software. It's heating up. It's heating up. We're not getting that stupid thing. Like I said, it does this every now and then. So I just heat the build plate to 90 to get it up to temp and get it printing. And then it'll go from 90 to 105 and it works just fine. Jack in the shop. What's going on, Jack? How you doing, good sir? Let's see here. Let's go back to this guy. You have one in the attic, one around the corner from or as a solar node. You have one at your buddy's mom's place in her attic. You have one in your sister, or on your sister's fence. And you have one in your car, and you have one on your person sometimes. Yeah, I can see that, man. There we go. We got a print going down finally. Look at that. There we go. Shaun, I am printing again, sir. We got that part going. So this is going to be in that yellow ABS Plus. Who knows? Maybe you want to put a nice bright yellow like unit right on top with a big old fat antenna. But yeah, so the Centauri is doing its thing. It's laying down some ABS. I'm not going to have to worry now. I'm going to let that first layer go. Once we get to probably layer 2 or 3, then I'll wrap this up and head out, get the missus her stuff. Getting sprayed the color of the car. Nice. Yeah, and then just blends right in. People will be like, what's that random solar panel for? You'd be like, none ya. But there it goes. Check Facebook Messenger. All right, let me go look at Messenger. I did see that you sent me a photo a moment ago. You are looking a bit scruffy there, good sir. Oh, thank you, good sir. Thank you, thank you. Hey, so it looks like I'll have the stuff I need, guys. Don't worry about it if anybody was trying. You don't have to try anymore. Batteries, solar panel, and the antenna too. Nice. Thank you, good sir. Yeah, welcome to the hobby. Yeah, I'm already thinking that another, like I said, probably 2 or 3 of these would be nice to have. If nothing else, put one on each car, one at home, and then, you know, just for shits and giggles like you, have one at least to put on my person, or leave one out at my in-laws if I can get a good enough connection between the 2 places. And then that way, when I'm out at my in-laws, I'll still have another one out there just to, you know, mess around with. Hey, if I play my cards right and I do things right, I could even potentially figure out some way to get Clipper to talk to Meshtastic. And then, like, when I'm out and about, I can get little alerts saying that, hey, your print is done. That'd be pretty cool. I'll have to look into how to make that happen. You know, what it would take to get one of these to talk to the computer to get the info back. Checking out this link right now. Oh, a little Meshtastic tracker. Cool. Throw that on, wear that around while I'm doing stuff. Cool. In theory, I should have some batteries coming. Can't have too many batteries. You know what I'm saying? The nice part about batteries is the more you stack together. What is it? You want to stack them in is it serial or parallel? Which way does that go? I don't remember. All the positives to one side, all the negatives to the other, instead of positive to negative to bump it up, right? So you can stack several batteries in there and get all kinds of battery life out of it. Have something, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't go crazy and stack like 8 batteries in there. That'd be nuts. You can set up channel 2 for sensors. Be careful about that. Yeah, exactly. No, I may say dumb shit, but I don't do dumb things. Let's put it that way. Yep, lose a battery, get into thermal runaway. Yep. And then batteries explode, things burn. Not a good thing. No, no. One 3,000 milliamp hour battery. I will plug one in and just see how long it lasts. You know what I mean? You built a very large 24 volt LiPo. Oh, you built big batteries. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I forget you have played around a lot with batteries. Parallel stays the same. Serial adds together. Yeah. Thank you, Joel. Thank you. Thank you. You built your own Jackery. Yeah. I remember there was a period of time where you had me print some stuff when I was kind of getting into printing, and they turned out, but not well. things are a little different now. Machines are a little better. Materials are a little easier to work with. So, but yeah, we've got some layers going down now. I'm going to go look through the window. The camera's nice, but it's nice to look through the window, you know? Sometimes you just want to put your eyeballs on it, you know? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to let that print. I think we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to, you know, it's already 7:45. I still haven't adjusted to the time change. So for me, it's 8:45. My body says, hey, old man, go to bed. My knees have been killing me. My back's killing me. Life is killing me. I got some damn plastic fuzz on me from where we drilled that out. But yes, again, so here we go. Nice little guy, ready to rock and roll. I'll unplug this, take it in the house, plug it in the house, stick it up in the window. I might even be a smart ass and take it with me in the car just to see between here and the gas station and home if there's any Meshtastic nodes floating around while I'm out. It's only a mile away, but again, I might be just on the cusp of something. I just can't get it, you know? You're not going to comment about batteries? Kids might be watching. Yeah, there could be some kids around. I don't know. So, Shaun, again, brother, thank you for everything you have sent me to get me into this crazy little hobby. Yeah, the battery, your battery array. Here. I'll show you guys one of his little, like, battery setups he's built. There's one of his little battery setups he's built. It's getting pissed off. Let me go lock the camera so it quits trying to dance around. But yeah, there's one of the little battery packs he's built. And then here's his little homemade jackery. So there's that. You have 4 of those in a crate along with a few other 24-volt modules. Nice. Nice, nice. Cool part about a 24-volt setup like that is our printers all run 24 volts. So realistically, just connect it and go. Maker Viking, I can pop in for a few, brother. Yeah, I'll pop in for a few. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to pop in there just for a few, say hi to everybody, see what's going on over there. And then, like I said, had to power your fridge for 2 weeks on it. Nice. Just about to post an article. All right. Well, before I go, let's show everybody. Let's show everybody. Give me a second to go there. tinkeratlas.com. If you're not already signed up, you should consider it. Wait, Tinker Atlas is under this account. Tinker Atlas. There we go. Let me kill off a bunch of crap that doesn't need to be open right now. Like all my porn. Gotta hide my porn, you know. There we go. Let's jump over to Tinker Atlas real quick. So you guys can get an idea for those who don't know what it is, if you're interested in checking it out, and understand it is a Tinker Atlas. Bam. There you go. Here's Tinker Atlas. If anybody's got money floating around, burning a hole in your pocket, please consider clicking on one of these links here and donating to my good friend Maker Viking. He has been running this little site here. He put this thing together. It's got a map that shows where everybody's at. So you can kind of see where other makers in the area are. And then it kind of shows you what's going on, who's posting, what they're working on, what they're making. And again, the support is right there. He's currently 20% funded. He is looking to get $300 for the month to help him cover the expenses. So if anybody has $240 burning a hole in their pocket right now, please consider giving. Helps them out. Hit me up with some questions on Mesh or on Messenger. Will do, good sir. Will do. Leave me alone. Greetings. Good to see you, Leaf. But yeah, so here it is. If you go to articles, the monthly upkeep or keeping the lights on. So help him out if you can. You can kind of see when you go down here, if you look, the first featured creator, first maker spotlight was yours truly, guys. So I got to be the first one back on October 7th. It's a 7-minute read. I've had 301 people view it, 8 hearts and 5 comments on it. And then our good friend Canrog was the second person featured. And then Viking, of course, he featured himself in there. He wasn't the kind of guy to feature himself first. He wanted to put some other creators out there. And then while getting his stuff together, he reached out to Projects in Dad's Garage, who then got himself in there. So if you're looking for some reads about who we are and what we do, Viking's got a pretty good list of questions he asks to kind of dig in a little bit more. So check it out. $40 more to have enough to keep the server, cache, database, and the email server running. Okay, so he's currently in the situation he needs 40. So let me jump back here. If you were thinking about sending me $40, send it to him, please. Usually when I get like PayPal, Cash App, Venmo stuff sent to me, I usually do things for him, help him out in some way. So if you were thinking about helping me, I'm just an idiot. Help him out. He's got a good project going. So if there's $40 burning a hole in your pocket, put it in his. But that being said, gang, let's see here. The 200 over that is to keep the development tools so that you can keep developing. Yes. Yes. In total, if somebody can help him hit his goal, I know I would be very, very thankful. I know he is going to be very, very thankful. And I know that the small community of broke individuals like myself that are a part of it would also be very, very grateful. That being said, though, you guys are all amazing. Help Viking if you can. Just go to tinkeratlas.com. There are links there where you can donate. Send him money, help him out. Shaun, again, brother, thank you for everything. Thanks for getting me into the world of Meshtastic. I am actually going to plug this in the car. You give it a moment to boot up, make sure it connects, and then I am going to drive around my little town and see if there's any Meshtastic nodes in my tiny little town. And other than that, your print is, one of your 2 prints is going. Everything is still connected to the build plate, so that is good. When it is done printing here in about 3 hours or so, I will, 2 hours and 48 minutes. When that's done printing, I will go ahead and put it on the dash. Will do, good sir, will do. But in the 3 hours when it's done, I'll be sleeping. So in the morning before I leave for work, I will come out, pop that one off the build plate, and clean it up and start the second one, so that when I get home from work tomorrow, everything is done. Then I'll get it all packaged up and ready to go. And then at some point between now and hopefully Friday, I'll get it into mail and it'll be on its way, good sir. So as long as everything prints properly, there's no failures, we should be done tomorrow. And even if there's some failures, we could potentially still be done tomorrow. So. Oh, not stressing, brother, not stressing, but I will, it's on there. It's on the list of like, get it done, because ADHD means it'll sit here for 3 months or a year before I send it. I don't want to do that to you. So I'm going to get this thing out there. All right, gang, I'm out of here. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, happy 3D printing and all those things. And remember, I make mistakes so you don't have to. Bye, gang.